Hi, my husband Mark and I decided 2 years ago that we wanted to travel across the United States on a bicycle together. Well, the truth is, at the age of 50, I looked around at myself and realized I wasn't in great shape and I was really going downhill quickly. And I needed a fitness goal. And I need really big goals. I'm not good at small goals. Some people can do small goals, but that's not really something that I can do. So I decided that if we bought a tandem bicycle, I'd be willing to ride across the country. As soon as I told my husband, he jumped at the chance. This is something he's always wanted to do. Then we had to begin making decisions. We did know we wanted a tandem bike to ride because I have an injured shoulder, and we knew we probably wanted a recumbent because of my injured shoulder. And my husband's a disabled vet with a really severe back issue. And a recumbent trike really fits our needs. My husband began researching trikes, the trikes which he was interested in. And my husband and I have very expensive tastes. So we started with two separate Haas trikes that we would then attach together with a coupler. And after some more research, we decided that that's probably not financially practical, and we needed to get something that was a little more practical, especially as a starting bike. Perhaps in the future we'll move to another bike, but right now we have chose a Tandem Trike. We went back and forth on the rear size wheel, on all the wheel sizes. We knew the front would be 20 inches, but we went back and forth between what is considered more of a normal size tire. My husband will give you more of this information when we go over the bike stats, but my information is limited. More of kind of a normal size tire, and we went back and forth. We decided we wanted one size tire, so we went with 20-inch tires. And we did that specifically because we thought we'd only have to carry one style tire. Turns out we're not using one style tire. We have performance road tires on the front and something a little hardier on the back. So it didn't really save us. If we ever get a new bike, a new Trike bike, we've decided we'd probably go with a regular size tire just for the sake of speed. And since we're not really using a single tire anyway, it doesn't really matter that we have all one size tire. The bike came a year after my suggestion of telling my husband that I would ride across the United States. And before that happened, I realized that I really needed to get a little more fit than I was, because we live in the Tennessee hill mountains in East Tennessee. And the fact is that riding up and down these hills probably wasn't going to happen for me. So I started with a trainer in January of 2016 and worked twice a week with him for the last year, with small interruptions for different reasons, trips and what have you. And I realized I was really out of shape, but he's really helped me a lot. Brad, my trainer, he's at Lifestyle Fitness in Johnson City, is a really wonderful trainer, and I highly recommend him to anyone. I have lost a small amount of weight, not the amount of weight I would have liked. I would have liked to be about 60 pounds lighter than I am. But the fact is that just wasn't a realistic goal. If you spend so many years getting out of shape, to think you're going to be back in shape in a few months is just not realistic. And I really have worked hard. I'm much stronger. And I have a feeling the weight's going to start really coming off soon. So here's to a lifetime of fitness from 2016 on, because it's not something I can go back on now. I feel so much better. I don't hurt as much. I'm much healthier. I'm much happier. Mark was already an avid bicycler, and had ridden his bike along with our son from East Tennessee to West Texas. He's ridden the length of the Natchez Trace. He's been involved in other organized rides. And last year, he and a friend of his decided to ride 150 miles on their road bikes, just for fun.
In one day.
I really don't make decisions quickly. It took me about 8 months to decide on our trailer. My husband said, decide on any one you want. People kept telling me, oh, get the bob, get the bob, get the bob. When I looked at it, the bob causes flex in the bike and has some flex. And when you're talking about a bike that's 10 feet long, you're already going to get a lot of flex. So adding that flex we didn't want. Okay. So we really didn't want a lot of flex. The small bikes prevent us from using large panniers, and I've heard that can really mess up the hub on a bike anyway, so that wasn't a choice I wanted to make. I finally decided on the Burley Nomad trailer. I'm really happy with the decision my husband and we've ridden it around some for training, and the tongue weight's really light. The bike is the trailer is really easy to pull, even with about 70 pounds of weight that we're going to carry. We're really happy with it. We'll do a more comprehensive video on the Burley when we get to it, after we've used it for a while. I'm quick to let everyone know that I don't have a lot to do on the bike, because all I have to do is pedal. I have stationary handles. I don't have a brake. I don't mess with the gears. I do watch the gears that are directly in front of me and make sure that they fully go in. If we need to slide anything left or right, I let my husband know. He really is in charge of all that, and we'll show you the bike in a few minutes and you'll see that. But as we go and camp across country, you'll see that I'm not just riding the bike. I will have to do all my cooking. I have celiac disease, so I'll be making a lot of gluten-free meals, and I'll include those in the channel. My husband will give you more information on our bike, more statistics on our bike. We'll go over it in detail. We'll also show you our friends' bikes who are going with us. They have another Tandem Trike. It's a different company. It's a Terra Trike. And we'll talk to you about theirs. They did choose the same Burley trailer for the exact same reasons that we chose the Burley trailer. And we'll give you that information. We'll show you where we're camping. We'll give you a lot of information about the trip. We are leaving from San Diego. We're leaving at the end of this week to drive out to San Diego with our bicycles. And then we're going to start on March 1st. So we'll be heading out of San Diego on March 1st for our trip. And I just want to thank you so much for watching us and getting to know us. And I hope you'll join us again. Please subscribe and join our journey. We're really excited. I'm going to show you the bike now. So I hope you enjoy some of the information on that as well. Thank you. Okay, this is our Tandem Trike. This is where my husband will sit. He's the pilot. He's going to do most of the work as far as changing gears, the brakes. That's all him. You can see in the back he has a lumbar support because of his back. Like I said, he is a disabled vet and does have health issues. We've also put a wedge in the seat, which helps keep us in place, and it's really a nice thing because otherwise we were sliding in the seat, so this worked much better. You can see the boom comes out front. The steering is just really two levers. We go back and forth, turns the pedals. On the front, we have road tires on our bike. We really picked up some speed when we took off the heavy marathon tires that were originally on it and put on the Schwalbe's, I think it's a Durango tire. It really picked up the speed for us. We really like it. As you come back, this is my seat. You can see I have just stiff pedals. I have no brake, no anything. All I do is pedal. I pedal the bike. I also watch, we do have a Garmin that we sit right in here. And I pedal, and I also watch our gears to make sure that they go in fully. And if there's an issue, I can help with that from behind. You can see we come up here. We have our flags. We have lots of flags. We want to be very visible. I want to change the angle, which might not work. I'm sorry, that probably won't work. Okay, here, this is actually the kite tail that we've added onto the back that spins as we ride down the road. You can see the satchel I've put on top of the bike here. This I've included latches right here on 4 places to attach our Goal Zero. This will help us to charge as we go along. A lot of the time through the desert, we are taking the southern tier route from adventure cycling. And a lot of times you're in areas that don't have any cell service, and you tend to burn through a battery pretty quickly. On the back, we've added, there's our cat Lily. On the back, we've added a triangle, a reflective triangle, and we actually have another light we're adding on there. There's Miss Lil. She thinks she's going with us. She'd like to. She's not going to be happy that we're gone, but our son will be here. You can see this whole rig is about 15 feet long, and we're going along with some friends who have another style Tandem Trike, Recumbent Trike. It's a different company, it's a different bike, and I'll show you that on the way. But they bought the same Burley trailer we did for the exact same reasons we chose it. So that was a lot of fun. But you can see how amazing this is. We sit very low to the ground. I'm going to bring you down here to the ground. You can see we sit very, very tight to the ground. It's all right, Miss Lil. You don't need to be in the picture.
Tell them about the toughies.
Inside of our tires, we did put toughies which are a heavy rubber that can go in them, and they'll protect from slicing. There's a lot of what's called a goat head, and it's a very sharp little piece of plant that gets out on the road in Texas, and it will slice your tire open. So we're hoping that'll help us with these tires. On the back, we have a different kind of tire. It's slightly heavier, it's slightly larger. I don't know if you can catch that, but it's a Schwalbe tire as well, and it's a Kojak. So we also, on the back, we did put a fender on the back, and that is actually to protect my back if it starts raining, because you can see how it comes around and it catches the water, because I can get very wet. We did not put it on the front, and the reason we don't have them on the front of ours is just in case we have to change a tire. They really can make it more difficult. We can also, if we have to back up, you can't pedal to back up. You've got to, there's my husband, he's jumping on. You've got to turn the wheels, you have to turn your pedals backwards, but you have to actually physically turn the wheels to back up. This bike has a 36-foot turning circle, so backing up does happen quite frequently. But here's a nice shot of it. That's our bike, that's our setup. We're very excited. We leave on Friday. Our son will be the one who's here, holding down the 40s in his last year of college. Our Burley trailer is packed. It's filled to capacity. The top does look big and heavy, but really it's not. It's maybe 5.5 to 6 pounds. It's only got pillows and sleeping bags and our thermal rest mattresses. We will go through and pull everything out one more time and repack a final time, just because that's who we are. And when we do that, I'll show you where we're taking. We took several months deciding what to buy. We've been purchasing things slowly over the last year. Lighter is more expensive. It's just the way it is. It's easier to cut it down. But I just think that that's a beautiful shot. I can't wait to go. We're getting very excited. A little nervous. Our friends are coming with us. And one of our friends, Nelson, he has really gone meticulously and planned this trip for us to make it all that much easier. I just thank you for your time.
And he's on?
Oh, he's on Crazy Guy on a Bike. His blog, he's doing a written blog. I'll put a link below. If I can't do it this time, I'll make sure I learn to do it before too long. He's on Crazy Guy on a Bike, and his the title of his blog is Tennessee Lowriders Bent on the USA.